Chapter 3. Evil Qualities. 1. Anger. Anger is a vritti or modification that arises from the mind lake when the gunas, rajas, and tamas preponderate. It is a wave of unpleasant feeling that arises from the mind when one gets displeased with another. It is a modification of desire or passion. Just as milk is changed into curd, so also desire becomes changed into anger. It is the most formidable enemy of peace, knowledge, and devotion. All vices and evil qualities proceed from anger. When a man's desire is not gratified, when one stands in the way of its fulfillment, the man becomes angry. The desire gets transmuted into anger. When one is under the sway of anger, he will commit all sorts of sinful deeds. He loses his memory, his understanding becomes clouded, and his intellect gets perverted. An angry man commits murder. He himself does not know what he is doing. He becomes emotional and impulsive. A man, when angry, will talk anything. He will do anything he likes. A hot word results in fighting and stabbing. He loses his consciousness for the time being. He falls a prey to anger. Irritation, frowning, resentment, indignation, rage, fury, wrath are all varieties of anger according to the degree or intensity. If a man wants to correct and reform another man and manifests slight anger unselfishly as a force to check and improve him, then it is called righteous anger. Suppose a man molests a girl and tries to outrage her modesty, and a bystander becomes angry towards the culprit. It is called righteous indignation or noble rage. This is not bad. Only when the anger is the outcome of greed or selfish motives, it is bad. Sometimes the teacher has to manifest a little anger outwardly to correct his students. This is not bad. He has to do it. But he should be cool within and should not allow the wave of anger to remain long. It should pass off the next moment, even as a wave subsides in the sea. If a man becomes irritable for trifling things very often, it is a definite sign of mental weakness. When a man abuses you, when a man takes away your cloth or coat, if you keep quiet, that is a positive sign of inner strength. Self restraint or self control is a sign of great mental strength. An easily irritable man is always unjust. He is swayed by impulses and emotions. Anger gains strength by repetition. If it is checked then and there, man gains immense strength of willpower. When anger is controlled, it becomes transmuted into spiritual energy that can move the three worlds. Energy is wasted enormously when one gets angry. The whole nervous system is shattered by an outburst of anger. The eyes become red, the body quivers, the legs and hands tremble. No one can check an angry man. He gets enormous strength for the time being and gets a collapse afterwards. In the light of modern psychology, all diseases take their origin in anger. It takes some months for the restoration of normal equilibrium in the nervous system. Too much loss of semen is the chief cause of irritability and anger. Passion is the root and anger the stem. You will have to destroy the root passion first. Then the stem of anger will die by itself. A man who has wasted his seminal energy becomes irritated soon even for little things. A brahmachari who has preserved his virya always keeps a balanced mind. He has a cool brain at all times. The root cause of anger is ignorance and egoism. Through the development of kshama, love, shanti, karuna, mercy, friendship, etc., anger can be controlled to an enormous degree. The force can be reduced. Control of anger means control of lust. Control of anger is control of mind. It is very, very difficult to say when a man will be thrown into a fit of fury. All of a sudden, he gets an irresistible fit of anger for trifling things. When anger assumes a grave form, it becomes difficult to control. It should therefore be controlled when it is in the form of a small ripple. One should watch his mind very, very cautiously. When there is the least symptom or indication of slight irritability, Then and there alone it must be nipped. Then it becomes very easy to control anger. Be careful and vigilant. Whenever there is a little irritability, stop all conversation and observe mauna or the vow of silence. Practice mauna for 1 or 2 hours daily. The words must be soft and the arguments hard, but if reverse is the case, it will lead to discord and disharmony. There is a sharp sword in every tongue. If you find it difficult to control anger, leave the place at once and take a brisk walk. Drink some cold water immediately. This cools down the body and mind. Find out the cause for your anger and try to eradicate it. If a man abuses you and calls you names, you become furious at once. Your blood becomes hot. Have you developed now 4 legs and a tail like a dog? Then why do you feel offended when he calls you a dog or a donkey? Why do you get excited for little things? By gradual attempts, when you get more inner strength, a time will come when you will not be irritated even a bit by harsh words, abuses, and insults of this kind. You will not pay the least heed if one says that such and such a man has said bad words against you. You will simply laugh the whole matter away. Try to remain cool under the most provocative conditions. If you are hungry and if you suffer from any disease, you generally become more irritable. If you have some difficulties or troubles, you get irritated for little things. Smoking, meat eating, and drinking of liquors make a man very irritable. Be careful in the selection of your company. Give up companionship with evil characters. Talk little, mix little, love all, and be kind to all. 2. Fear. Fear, worry, and anger deplete all energy of man and bring exhaustion and early death. No one is absolutely free from any sort of fear. Fear assumes various forms. The Gurkha is not afraid of knife or bullet, but he is afraid of a scorpion. A hunter is not afraid of a tiger in the forest, but is afraid of the surgeon's knife. The frontier man is not afraid of knife. He can even allow the surgeon to open his intestines without chloroform, but he is terribly afraid of snakes. Some are afraid of ghosts. The vast majority of persons are afraid of public criticisms. Some are afraid of diseases. The most healthy and strong man has got some imaginary fear of disease. The king is afraid of the enemy. The pandit is afraid of his opponent. A beautiful lady is afraid of her old age. A lawyer is afraid of the judge and his clients. The student is afraid of the teacher. The frog is afraid of the snake. The cobra is afraid of the mongoose. There are various degrees of fear. These are simple fright, timidity, shyness, alarm, terror, and terrible fear. When there is terrible fear, the whole body perspires, urine and fecal matter are ejected involuntarily. The mind becomes a log of wood. Sometimes shock and immediate collapse take place, and the man dies of sudden terrific cardiac failure. The face becomes pale and the eyes express a peculiar, ghastly, listless look. Parents and teachers should infuse the spirit of courage in their sons and students from the very boyhood. They should ask them to read stories from the Mahabharata, which deal with the chivalrous acts of Bhima, Arjuna, and other persons. Boys have got pliable and elastic minds. They can be manipulated well at this period of life. Brahmacharya gives tremendous strength and infuses courage. 3. Hatred. This world is full of hatred. There is no real love. The son dislikes his father and tries to poison him to take possession of the legacy soon. The wife poisons her husband to marry another young man of wealth and position. Brothers fight in law courts. All students should be trained in the service of humanity. The necessity of universal love should be very clearly emphasized. Then alone there can be a possibility of developing pure love and eradicating hatred. You should sincerely and earnestly try to remove hatred. Conquer hatred, jealousy, and intolerance by developing love. All restlessness and fighting between one community and another, one man and another, one nation and another, are due to this hatred and jealousy. The heart of a man of jealousy burns actually when he sees his neighbor in a more prosperous condition. The same is the case with communities and nations. Develop the quality of nobility and magnanimity and remove jealousy. Pride should be removed by developing humility. Hypocrisy should be destroyed by developing frankness and simplicity. Anger by developing kshama, love, and the spirit of service. 4. Pessimism. Pessimism is a temper of mind that looks too much on the darker side of things. It is the doctrine that the whole world is bad rather than good. It is a depressing view of life. Buddhists preach pessimism. Vedantins, though they talk that the world is unreal, are wonderful optimists. They talk of vairagya to create a taste in the minds of people for immortal blissful life in Brahman and a distaste for the worthless materialistic life of this world. The opposite of pessimism is optimism. It always looks onto the bright side of the picture. A pessimist is ever gloomy and depressed, lazy and lethargic. Cheerfulness is unknown to him. He infects others. Pessimism is an epidemic and infectious disease. A pessimist cannot get success in this world. Become a powerful optimist and rejoice. Try to be cheerful under any condition of life. 5. Over credulousness. Some people are over credulous. They are easily cheated by others. You must fully understand the man. You must know his nature, qualities, his antecedents, and his behavior. You must try and test him on several occasions. When you are fully satisfied, you can place your entire confidence in him. He may be a deep man. He may put on a false appearance and turn out to be quite the reverse after some time. You will have to watch him closely. Man cannot hide his nature for a long time. His face is the index that registers all his inner thoughts, and in short, all that take place in the inner mental factory. After close examination and test, one should place his confidence and trust in another man. 6. Suspicion. Too much suspicious nature is also very bad. This is the opposite of over-credulousness. Mind always moves in extremes. The husband suspects the wife always. The wife also suspects the husband. There is always tug of war and trouble in the house. The employer suspects his employees always. How can business go on smoothly? The world runs on faith. The directors of the biggest railway companies in India were in England. They did not know in detail what exactly was going on in India. Yet, the railways were running smoothly. The directors believed the agent, the traffic manager, and other officials. Those people in turn believed their staff. The shareholders of the coffee and tea estates in India are in America and England, and the business goes on well. If people are too much suspicious, friction and rupture will always go on. Allow a margin and try the man. Do not go to extremes. Do not be over credulous. Do not be over suspicious. 7. Intolerance. There is religious intolerance. There is communal intolerance. Intolerance is nothing short of petty mindedness. It is unreasonable dislike for little things. All restlessness and fighting in this world take its origin in intolerance. An Englishman is intolerant towards an Irishman or a German. A Hindu is intolerant towards a Muslim and vice versa. An Arya Samajist is intolerant towards a Satanist and vice versa. This is due to perfect ignorance. All these small petty differences are pure mental creations. Expand, expand, embrace all, include all, love all, serve all, behold the Lord in all, unite with all. Change the angle of vision. Be liberal and Catholic in your views. Destroy all barriers that separate man from man. 8. Inferiority and superiority complex. The idea of inferiority and superiority is purely a mental creation. The inferior man can become superior if he exerts, struggles, and develops virtues. The superior man may become inferior if he loses his property and falls into evil ways. Never think that you are inferior or superior to anybody. If you think that you are superior to others, you will begin to treat them with contempt. The idea of superiority and inferiority is the product of ignorance. Develop equal vision. 9. Carelessness. Carelessness and forgetfulness are evil qualities that stand in the way of success of a man. A careless man cannot do any work in a proper manner. Application and tenacity are unknown to a careless man. The superiors get displeased with a careless and forgetful man. There is a lack of attention in him. He loses his keys, shoes, umbrella, and fountain pen daily. He cannot produce papers and records to the officer in good time. He blinks. 10. Indecision. Some people are not able to decide anything definitely in certain important matters. They have not got an independent power of judgment. They will simply prolong the matter. They will not come to definite positive decision. The opportunity will slip away. You must think deeply over a matter for some time and should be able to come to a definite decision quickly. At once, you must apply your will, find out methods, and put the matter into execution. Then only you will succeed. Too much thinking will upset the matters. In important matters, you can consult some of your elders who have got plenty of experience in the line and who are your real well wishers. 11. Miserliness. Miserliness is ingrained in many persons. That is the reason why they do not make any progress in their lives despite their earnestness, sincerity, and other qualifications. Generous hearted persons are very rare. Many have achieved power, popularity, peace, and happiness only through a generous heart. Miserly persons can never dream to have success in life. Miserliness is due to selfishness. The majority of worldly people are selfish. Money is their blood. All sorts of evil, greed, passion, and hatred stick to them. It is a pity even judges and zamindars fight with porters on the railway platforms for the sake of 1 anna. If a miser keeps rupees 50,000, he will not enjoy the money but crave for 1 lakh more. It is horrible to find that rich persons are so miserly and hard-hearted that they do not like to share with their friends some of the rich delicacies. Such persons will not give even a pie in charity. They will be eating nice food, but they will never have a heart to give a small portion to a poor starving man. Doing abundant, spontaneous, and unrestrained charity to relieve the pains of the sick and suffering humanity is an effective means to destroy this evil nature. Develop therefore this udara vritti or magnanimity. Never think of your wife, children, and dependents only. Whenever you come across poor people, whenever there is suffering, give money and food. If you give, the whole wealth of the world is yours. Money will come to you. This is the immutable, inexorable, and unrelenting law of nature. Therefore, give. Share with all. Destroy the ingrained miserliness. Your heart will expand. You will have a broad outlook of life. Become a modern Buddha. 12. Control of evil habits. This is Kali Yuga. This is the age of scientific inventions and discoveries. This is the age of fashion and false notions. This is modern civilization. This is the age of aeroplanes, cinemas, radios, and novel reading. People are acting according to their own whims and fancies. There is no check. Every man is a guru. Passion is swaying everyone. Eating, drinking, and procreating are the goal of life now. Evil habits of all sorts have cropped up in all. A friend greets another friend not with the names of God, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram, but with a pack of cigarettes and a peg of brandy. He says, "Come along, Mr. Naidu, have a smoke, have a drink of gin squash." Alcohol is such a strong devil that if once it enters the system of a man, it never leaves him till he becomes a confirmed drunkard. Even our modern Indian ladies hailing from respectable and renowned families have taken to smoking and drinking liquor. They start with small doses to excite their passion in the beginning and develop the habit soon. Alcohol is a deadly poison that destroys the brain cells and nerves. Many nervous diseases are due to this only. People should avoid even the company of drunkards. Smokers bring a little bit of philosophy and medical opinion in support of their habit. They say, smoking keeps bowels clean. I get a good motion in the morning. It is very exhilarating to the lungs, brain, and the heart. They bring very ingenious arguments to support their bad habit. This habit starts from student's life. You will not get an iota of benefit from smoking. Give up this wrong, foolish imagination. Smoking brings irritable heart, tobacco heart, and other diseases of the eyes and nicotine poisoning of the whole system. Beetle chewing is another evil habit. The tongue becomes thick. Those who use beetles cannot pronounce words properly. They want a vessel by their bed to spit the rot. This is a dirty habit. They take tobacco also along with beetle. Smoking, drinking liquors, chewing beetles, using snuff are all evil habits. Cannabis indica, ganja, opium, charas are also other stimulants. People eat opium also to keep up their spirits. All these intoxicants poison the system and make a man unfit for any kind of work. Money is wasted in wrong channels. How weak man has become through these evil habits. People who drink strong tea and coffee very often develop a bad habit. Novel reading is another evil habit. They always want their nerves tickled with some sensational feelings. Novel reading fills the mind with base, lustful thoughts and excites passion. Sleeping in daytime is another evil habit. It shortens the life. It brings laziness and lethargy. It should be entirely given up if you want to grow quickly. How happy is the man who is thoroughly destitute of a single evil habit? He can attain success in any walk of life. The vast majority of persons have got the evil habit of using slang terms and vulgar words every second during their conversations. When they become excited and angry, they pour forth a continuous shower of all sorts of foul words. There are people who use the word sala every second. It has become like the habit of saying of course in the case of some people. A man of refined taste, culture, and polish can never utter such words. Uncultured people very often use the words damn fool, son of a bitch, etc. They cannot talk without damn. This is a very bad habit. Parents should check their children when they utter such bad words. They themselves should not utter such words. Eyes, ears, tongue, nose, and skin are 5 jnana indriyas or the organs of knowledge. The Sanskrit names are Chakshuhu, Shrotra, Jihva, Ghrana, and Tvak. Vak, organ of speech, Pani, hands, Pada, feet, Upastha, genitals, and Payu or Guda, anus, are the 5 karma indriyas or organs of action. The tongue and the genitals are very turbulent indriyas. They are the most mischievous. The practice of dhamma or self-restraint and pratyahara or abstraction of the indriyas from the objects are very great helps in the control of indriyas. Fasting, sattvic diet, renunciation of salt, sugar, chilies, tamarind, onions, garlic, meat, fish, etc. control the tongue. Celibacy checks the genitals. Mauna will control the organ of speech. When you walk in the streets, do not look here and there like a monkey. Look at your toes and walk straight. Do not visit talkies, nautch parties, or any place where there is vulgar music or dance. Sleep on coarse mat. Give up soft bed. Do not use flowers and scents. Watch every indriya very carefully and put a check then and there. He who has disciplined his indriyas can have strong will and peace of mind. He can concentrate perfectly. He has immense inner strength. He will have success in life. Control of indriyas will help you much in the development of divine virtue and destruction of all evil habits. The correction of any evil habit is very simple. An advocate was a terrible smoker for a period of 15 years. With a strong willing, he left it off entirely. Feel that you have got a bad habit and feel strongly that you should give it up immediately. That habit of slowly giving up by gradual reduction generally turns out to be unsuccessful. Beware of recurrences. Resolutely turn your face when a little temptation tries to reappear. Keep the mind fully occupied in your work. Entertain a strong desire. I must become a great man presently. All these evil habits will fly away in a moment. Use your subconscious mind for the eradication of your habits. Establish new healthy habits. Develop your will also. Give up bad company. There is nothing impossible under the sun. Where there is a will, there is a way.